Hi guys, Veggie Gamer back at me and Woozle here to do a product review today, guys. I do these from time to time when it comes to like tech and like, you know, gaming and so on and so forth. I've done a couple of microphones in the past and I've done a couple of controllers as well. We're doing another controller today, guys. As of late, I've been using the Nacon, I need to get this right, Revolution X Pro controller. Oh, Woozle's had enough already. For Xbox and PC, for my PC controller. It's awesome, guys. It's highly customizable. You can also like change the light here as well, which is amazing as well. This is like a more high-end controller. You will be paying like more for that. You're right, Russo. Calm down. You will be paying more for this than you will be the product that will be coming today, which is actually a compact controller Pro by Nacon. Nacon as well. I always pronounce it incorrectly, but there you go, guys. N-A-C-O-N. They do fantastic controllers, guys. I've had PlayStation ones as well, which also work for PC, and they're just really good controllers. Really good customization and so on. Woozle's having a you Woozle up here. Quick. But either way, guys, we're going to be reviewing this controller today. Interested to find out what the compact version is going to be like, because obviously, like normally, I'm using like the full-size ones, but smaller controllers I'm all up for using as well. And also, you can tell by just the design of it, the beautiful lights that come with it. Very, very. I see it as retro because I remember PlayStation 1 controllers having these sort of versions, but. This looks very, very pretty. I believe that it is highly customizable as well. Yes, 6 LED lights with 25 color customization. Customizable. But yeah, we'll go into this product today. We're going to unbox it. We're going to try it out on some PC games and also my arcade cabinet, which I built. That is not just an excuse to show off the fact that I built an arcade cabinet, guys, but we will be trying this out on that in a while. So I'm going to let Woozle out because I think she's getting a little bit... No, she's anxious to see the controller. Okay, let's get unboxing this thing. And so, like I say, guys, this is the product that we will be looking at today. I talked about the Revolution X controller that I've been using on PC. It's a wired controller, Xbox style, which obviously works on Xbox Series X and S. Obviously, this controller will do the same as well. And Xbox One as well. The Revolution X Pro controller retails at like €99. I'm going on the official website, so that's where it says euros, but obviously it will be different depending on which part of the world you are in. Whereas this Pro compact controller that we're opening today is actually only €54, and so it's a lot more affordable controller. Knowing Nacon, though, that will not mean that quality will be a sacrifice there. These controllers tend to be fantastic in my experience. We will be opening up today to find out exactly how good this one is. And like I say, the whole controller light customization is a big plus for me. I love this sort of thing. You Game Pass users may have already eyed up now that on the front there is a 1 month ultimate Game Pass offer on this. I actually don't have an Xbox, guys, but like I say, these controllers work on PC, but that has got to be a plus that it's a 1 month subscription to the service. Take a look on the back, and there's plenty of here. I'm not going to bore you by reading out each and every one, but yes, it does say about the LED lights and standardization. It does say that we have customizable joysticks, which is something which I wasn't sure was going to be in the more economy model like this is, but that's always a plus for me. Seriously, I love that sort of thing. Any customizations when it comes to the joysticks, I find really does make such a big difference. We have the trigger sensitivity being customizable as well. It's all the usual things that you would expect from customizable controllers are here. And like I say, if you've never got a controller where you can customize the joysticks before, it is a joy working out exactly your perfect set layout. Seriously, it makes a heck of a lot of difference. It really does, especially with the trigger sensitivity as well. Because we all play games in a different way, guys. And as this is like a compact controller, it is more for people with smaller hands. But I've got quite large hands, guys. And in my experience, compact controllers do just tend to feel better for me. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's because the buttons are like a millimeter closer to each other, maybe. I'm not sure. You do have the headphone jack, and you get a 3-meter long USB cable, which is plenty. That's really good to see. A lot of these controllers don't come with a lot of controllers that you can buy, I should say, don't come with very long cables, but Nacon across the board for me has always had like good to excellent length when it comes to wiring. This is a wired controller, and so that is obviously a very, very important part to it. But now I guess let's open up the box and see what's inside. For whatever reason, I've decided to open this one from underneath, which I'm not sure is how you're meant to do it, but it's absolutely fine. And so here we go. There's the Game Pass thing. I won't be showing the code on that for obvious reasons. You do have the manual control for it as well. Obviously, this setup with these sort of things tends to be just very, very simple. I would presume this will be a plug-and-play controller. They all tend to be nowadays, and obviously with my arcade cabinet, I kind of need it to be plug-and-play, and so we shall find out in a bit if that is the case. We obviously have this wonderful long cable, which is a great length, like I say, 3 meters. Tends to be more than enough than I need for my use. And there it is, guys. What a pretty controller. I'm already liking the size, I must admit. The first thing that springs to my mind immediately is how smooth it feels. It really does. A lot of the controllers, including the Revolution that I'm using at the moment, are quite matte and quite, it has quite a texture to it, so to avoid slipping and everything. But this is very smooth. It feels like a glacier mint, you know what I mean? Those like see-through mints. It kind of looks like it as well. Yeah, that's the first thing that really springs to me, is that how smooth it feels. It feels great. I don't know that upon giving like a lot of gameplay into it, if it will start to slip at all. I'm not sure. We will find out. I think because it is a compact controller, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I really don't, because with the larger controllers, I feel like it's more likely to spring out of your hand. But when I put my hand all around this, it certainly does not feel like it's going to be going anywhere. And so we'll be playing a couple of games which require quite in-depth and intense controls in a bit. And we shall see if that is an okay issue, because it's so smooth. It feels brilliant, though. That's the thing. The smoothness feels great. I'm just surprised. I think it's just because I'm so used to using controllers which have texture to them, but this feels like there's no texture at all. It's just completely smooth. Love it, absolutely love it. Let's get it plugged in and take a look at these colours. Wow, I mean, I love it. I love the default green, of course, of Xbox. Let's just get rid of the protective sticker there. I mean, that is shiny. That's definitely brighter than I'm expecting. It actually looks amazing. Really brings out all the shadows and the different parts of the motherboard of the controller. Turning out the lights, it really does look amazing. I'm loving it. Now, to customize the colors, you're going to need to download the Pro Combat app from the Microsoft Store. I've just done that on PC, and it's very, very straightforward. As soon as you get into it, you'll need to flick this switch over to, I can't remember, it's the advanced mode essentially, and then you'll be able to start playing around with the different colors. There they are, and you can actually change them up. And looking at this now, customizing the joysticks is slightly different than I was expecting it. With the Revolution controls that I've had in the past, you can highly customize the physical side of it. This is a lot more about sensitivity, and so once we get into the software, we're going to be able to look exactly how well you can customize the sensitivity of each joystick as well as the triggers. That's where the customization is here, rather than changing the actual pads or like the thickness of the bar and everything. This is a more economy controller than the Revolution, and so if those sort of things aren't a big deal to you, like being able to change like the top of the joysticks and everything, this is certainly going to be an option, definitely, to save some money and get a very high quality Nacon controller. Because like I say, they haven't let me down yet. They certainly have not let me down yet. One thing that they have let me down in slightly, actually one slight let down with this controller, is that they have spelt Colorlight incorrectly, because I'm in the UK speaking British English. There should be a U in there, and so yeah, I've been pedantic, guys. I have only just noticed that if you press the button that is on the other side, you can go through solid color options, and so you have yellow, you have orange, red, purple, which almost a pinky purple. That's probably going to be my one, although I did like the orange as well. Purple is my favorite color, though. That is a gorgeous light purple. I think that's mine now, in fact. A deep blue, which quite frankly looks amazing. a classic white, crystal white, let's call it, and then you have all the different colors, but all these different colors are going to be able to be customizable. And so we'll take a look at the software and see exactly how we can change it up. But when it comes to, what was that one? Oh, I like it. I like it. It's like a Christmas tree controller. So they're all changing up. I believe that there must be more options that you can do on the software. Maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick on this, but I believe that you can customize the colors more when we get into the controller. If not, then maybe that is just going to be... no, I'm pretty sure, looking at the instructions now, I'm pretty sure that we can change them even further. But that being said, if you don't want to go ahead and do that, and you don't want to, the extra job of customizing the colors, you have some fantastic colors. I love the orange, I love the purple, I love the light purple, and I blooming love the blue, quite frankly. Either way, let's have a look at the software that comes along with this thing. So like I say, guys, I am on a PC. Hi Moxie, by the way. I am on PC, and so I went over to the Microsoft Store and was very easily able to find. You just type in Pro Compact. Sorry, not Impact. I feel like I've been saying Impact this entire time. I'm so sorry if I have. But no, Pro Compact. Into the search for apps, and it will come straight up with it. It's very, very quick download, and then then you open it up here. When you have your controllers plugged in, let's just switch. Oh yeah, I should also say, guys, there is also, if you so wish, an off setting when it comes to, oh no, that's the on setting. Yeah, once you cycle all the way through the lights, and you can have it so it's off. Quite frankly, it looks nice like that as well. I'm not sure why you'd choose a controller that lights up if you don't want it to light up, but if you prefer this, it looks nice as it is. But I think we're going to go with the lovely light. That's the normal pinkish purple, but that light purple, which is hard to show on camera. This and the blue looks so nice, and so I'm going to leave it on there for now. Now, you'll come up on this screen upon first showing, guys. What you need to do is, actually, it's going to get rid of the purple anyway. You need to flick the switch on the back over to advanced mode. There we go. So that's the proper term for it, and that's where all the colors will change. And for some reason, it hasn't worked this time. It worked the first time. Boss, hang on a second. Okay, so for whatever reason, my recording software is playing havoc with this program, and so I've shut that down, and I'm just recording on my phone now. We have the option to update controller. It's always advised that you update controllers as often as you can. You got customized controller down there as well, and reset to default settings. So I guess we go into customized controller. Here we go, and then now you get all the options with the sensitivity. We've got the mapping options. We got left and right stick customizations. Let's have a quick look at that. In fact, there we go. So this is where the customization gets very in-depth, guys. So it's all about how quickly you want the sticks to respond and how much you want them to respond to pressure. Quite frankly, I don't tend to get into this aspect of the controllers, guys. I always find that the default is absolutely fine for me. But we have different versions, different sensitivities for different styles of games. Racing, FPS, FPS Pro. Not sure what that... I guess that's just what the pros use. Arcade fighting games and infiltration controls, which you'd imagine the sensitivity would be very important for, and you can see how different that is compared to the other one. We move over to the trigger sensitivity. Again, we have the different game modes settings. For me, I have never really felt the need to change these, but if you're into changing them, guys, all the options under the world are here for you. And then we get into advanced settings, and this, I believe, is where, so we can change if we want vibration on and off. We can invert the left and right sticks, which is going to be very useful for a lot of people who play, I guess, simulation games generally. Actually, I think people with who play first-person shooters do like to invert the controls still. Actually, with controllers, absolutely. So we've got the light settings, we've got the backlight. Now that's interesting. Let's see how much of a difference that makes. There we go. So it's good that you can customize it to that point, because I guess because this controller is so bright, especially with the stock colors. Oh, I pressed the button. There we go. You need to have that button pressed to use this setting. the colors are so bright that I guess at night, if you got your lights off and you're having a late night gaming session, you are going to want to turn it down a bit. And so there's the option for you. We can change the different effects. Now, this is interesting. Let's have a look at what we got here. Effects, pulse, circle. I guess we need to actually select it to actually have it do it. There we go. So we got like the Christmas tree style flight coming on gradually. So that's the circle mode. Prism. Very pretty. Okay, so this is it circling through the colors. I quite like that. And you can change the speed on that. I guess we should probably look at what this is like, but I don't recommend this. I'd imagine this might make you feel a bit nauseous after a while. But you know what? No, that's fine. It's fine. It's not like, you know, some ridiculous LEDs that you can have on things. I feel like that's an okay speed and actually looks quite classy. I think with all of this, so I think we're actually going to go with off. I personally like the lights being statically on. When it comes to actually customizing them, let's try a couple of settings. Okay, so you press Y on the previous screen to get to the customization options here. And here you get to change each individual light, which corresponds with this map. Gotta say, this map could have been a little bit more convenient by having like the numbers at the bottom of the list. But obviously it's, you know, it's just going up in numerical numbers, opposed to non-numerical numbers. And yeah, it took me a little while. I assumed that it would be the ones at the top here would be the top ones here, but it isn't. It really isn't. And so you need to be a little bit careful when doing that. But it's easy enough to work out. And there we go, guys. Thought I'd go for like a nice purpley, bluey, goldy color. You do have lots of options actually underneath each individual color. And so let's try like maybe a nice green. Gotta say that when you are highlighting the color, it doesn't change. It only changes once you've actually selected it. That's fine. It's not a big deal. It probably would have been better if it changed as you actually highlight it. But again, that's really not a big problem. I think that's really cool. I think that I think you could really have a lot of experimentation with these settings. Seriously, the world's your oyster with the amount of different colors that you got as an option. You're kind of spoilt for choice. You really are. I wonder if there's essentially an off option. It doesn't look like there is. But again, that's really not going to be a deal breaker. Try out your best combinations of your favorite colors. Like I say, my favorite color tends to be purple, so I'll definitely have some sort of purple in there. But I do like the clash with the purple and the yellow. And so after a while, I'll probably choose my favorite colors. But I just thought I'd show you a quick preview of what exactly you can do with the customization. It really does look so smooth. And I guess that's why we don't have that much of a texture when it comes to the handles here. Just so the lights can shine through even more. And because it's a compact controller, I mean, we'll try it out in some games soon. But because it's a compact controller, I really don't see that as being too much of a problem. Because it's compact, you got your hand firmly grasped around it anyway. And so I guess it's time to go and check out some games with this wonderful little thing. Okay, so here's the part where I get to show off that I've built my own arcade cabinet, guys. So it's a short one, so I've put it on a nice tall table. I'm very, very, very pleased with it. It took a lot of work, and so we got a few options for consoles and everything. Obviously, these are games which I own. But we're not here to talk about the blooming console, guys. We're here to talk about this blooming controller. As you can see, I do already have a Sega Saturn controller. Like I say, it's my favorite console of all time. And so we will get the USB port and stick it into the back of the arcade, where I've got a couple of USB ports. And it comes on, and it has carried over the customized lights. I wasn't sure if it was going to, guys. Now, that's interesting. So that would mean that I would imagine that is now, yep. Brilliant. I mean, I'm very happy with that. I guess if we now turn off advanced mode, then it'll go back to the other colors. It will. Okay, so then you go over to advanced mode, and you have your customized colors on a PC or on a console, which you did not install the color coding into. I think that's wonderful. Let's try out some games with it. And so there we go. And it is working as expected, guys. Wonderful. But it is working beautifully as expected. straight up just being connected up. And obviously with the Xboxes and everything, it will just work immediately. All you have to do if you want to change the color is maybe plug it into a PC. Or maybe there might be because it's the Microsoft Store, maybe there is going to be actually an app on the console. I'm doing this all one-handed, guys. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty good timing. Okay, so let's try something a little bit more advanced, a bit of Guilty Gear, game series which I used to love back in there. I haven't played the most latest one, I must admit. Oh, May versus Johnny, controversial. These are two of my favourite characters, guys. And so we'll see how the control... I mean, her outfit matches the controller perfectly. Okay. I mean, that is working as expected, guys. It really is. The buttons are extremely responsive. I've got to say, the smoothness of the controller is not feeling like an issue at all at this point. It just feels exactly how you'd want it to be. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what I did there. But quite frankly, the controls definitely feel exactly as you'd expect them to. And yeah, very, very happy with it. I think this is definitely going to be a control which I will leave plugged into my arcade whenever I want to play anything with 8 buttons, because quite frankly, it is working okay. It's working beautifully. Well, I am sticking here until the end of this round, guys. Okay, you may want to fast forward on a little bit. There we go, right, I win, I'm the best at this game. That controller feels great. It really does. It feels exactly as you expect it. I'm hoping that my Guilty Gear skills don't detract from the controller. It's not the controller's fault. In this case, it is definitely the workman, not the tool. What? Oh, who cares about Potemkin? I then moved the controller back over to the PC again and live streamed some Cuphead. Obviously, Cuphead is a game where you really want the controller to feel very stable in your hands and the buttons to be very responsive. It worked perfectly, guys. I should say here, this is my first playthrough of these bosses, and so my skill does not reflect on the quality of the controller. The triggers felt brilliant. The spring on them feels very, very satisfying. The buttons themselves have a nice click to them, which feels very natural as well. They're very, very responsive. And when it comes to the playtest, I mean, the joysticks are perfect as well. I had absolutely no problem with it. It is a compact controller, and so it depends on your hand size, it really does. But like I say, my hands are on the larger side, but I do prefer the compact feel of it, and this is what we get from this controller. And so all in all, I actually ran into no issues at all whilst playtesting with this controller, which is obviously a very good sign. Very pleased, and the smoothness, I did not think I was going to be dropping the controller once, which was the one worry which I had when opening it, that I may feel like I'm going to drop it. I didn't run into that issue at all. All in all, guys, I think this is an excellent controller. For the price line, I think it is really, really quite special. Obviously, with the Revolution X, Revolution X, is that what it's called? Is that a wrestling thing? Oh yeah, Resolution X. I keep on forgetting the name of this other controller, guys. You will be paying quite a bit more if you were to go for a Revolution X. And granted, the features that it does add are nice. Like you can add weight to it and like really affect how the joysticks feel and everything. But that being said, that sort of stuff doesn't matter that much to you. You're saving a good chunk of the price by going for the Pro Compact Colorlight, guys, without the U. Doesn't matter. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you got any questions, I can try and help you. When it comes to like the sensitivity things and everything, that's a little bit beyond me, but I can try and find out answers. But if you're just asking for my overview, I think it's great. The smoothness is... It's so unusual to feel a controller so smooth, but quite frankly, it feels great. I did worry that maybe once my hands get a bit sweaty playing Cuphead, with all the rage and everything, it might start to slip around. It honestly doesn't, and you can tell the reason why they decided to have it smooth rather than give it any sort of texture is so those lights really do spring through. And I know you can see it okay in this video, but it really is, in RL, it looks really, really awesome, and the fact that you can customize it to be exactly how you want is a massive plus, guys. I love that sort of thing, and so hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Go and check out the Nacon Pro Compact Colorlight. I can absolutely recommend it. I should have said this at the start. I'm not getting paid for this review. I've just basically been sent the controller, and so it's not like it's not like my job to put it over or anything. I honestly do think it's great. Nacon have never let me down. Everything that they've put out has been excellent to this point. Thanks so much to Jackie and Lou for arranging for me to be able to get this. It is greatly appreciated. Another great product, which I can definitely say is worth the money. I do, especially because it is a good chunk cheaper than the Revolution X's that Nacon do put out. This is definitely a good, cheaper option, but you still have that customization ability to like affect how the pressure of the buttons and everything. And if you're more into the aesthetics, when like I am when it comes to this sort of thing, the fact you can change the colors on it is wonderful in my opinion. So if you get it, let me know what you feel about it in the comments, guys. Please subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm VeggieKnightS, and I'll see you next time.